Hello users, and welcome to another episodic installation of Above It All. And today I'm going to trigger the conservatives that are obsessed with my YouTube channel and my YouTube videos by talking about Rashida Tlaib. Yes, that's right, the woman who said to impeach the motherfucker. So y'all have been telling me for a long time now that she's gonna lose. There's no way she can win. She's gonna lose. But her primary is looking pretty good. So, we have a poll here, and I will be honest, I have never heard of this pollster before, but I also don't look at Michigan polling too much outside of the presidential primary. So, let me just look at this right here. Do you have a favorable or unfavorable opinion of Brenda Jones? 45% favorable, 17% unfavorable, 39% never heard of or no opinion. Do you have a favorable or unfavorable opinion of Rashida Tlaib? 70% favorable, 16% unfavorable, 14% never heard or no opinion. That's a little shocking, but if the Democrat primary for election for Congress were held today, which would you vote for? 24% Brenda Jones, 52% Rashida Tlaib, 23% undecided. And as you can see, this poll also, 61 and older, are 54% of the those polled. So it looks like this is a pretty damn good poll, at least for the primary. Now, again, I don't agree with Rashida Tlaib on everything, but she is one of my favorite members of Congress. Her and Ilhan Omar are constantly battling for who is my favorite. AOC is a pretty consistent number 2, though. Like, AOC is a pretty solid, well, I guess consistent number 3, because it's top 2 for those two, and then AOC is very consistently behind them in epicness, though she's been kind of epic lately, but, you know, I don't know. Either way, Rashida Tlaib's, I love her spunk, I love her attitude, I love her brazenness, I love how she just doesn't give a fuck about fighting for justice, and the same goes for AOC and Ilhan Omar, and I just want to say, like, again, don't have to agree with them on everything. I'm an anarchist. They're actually politicians, so, you know, there's a distinction there. But at the same time, I respect the hell out of them. Holy shit, I actually got the fucking fly. I actually got the fly. The fly was on my webcam. Holy fuck. If you've been watching my videos for the past few days, you've been hearing about me talk about the fly. And I actually just killed that motherfucker. Wow, I'm impressed. See, this is a good video. Rashida Tlaib's polling well, you know. And this is the thing, again, I want to pin this at Democrats. Reminder, the squad. Where did this term come up from? Nancy Pelosi. If you're a Democrat watching this video, please, for the love of God, please, right? Like, oh, God, right? Nancy Pelosi is one of, if not the, most racist Democrat in office. She's at least in, like, the top 15, top 20. And there's a lot of Democrats in office, so that's saying something. Joe Biden, you know, once he becomes president, he'll probably just shoot automatically up to number 1, because that guy is one hell of a motherfucker. And I got a clip I want to talk about from him later, but I've been ignoring that because there's so much going on in Portland. But either way, if you remember, the whole squad thing came from Nancy Pelosi. She started attacking AOC, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, and Ayanna Pressley. Even though Ayanna Pressley isn't, you know, she's like a solid. She's not, like, I've said, like, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, solid 1 and 2. They're constantly switching places. AOC is number 3. Ayanna Pressley isn't even number 4. Like, she's a little bit down. Like, I appreciate Ro Khanna a little bit more than I appreciate Ayanna Pressley. Like, Ayanna Pressley is cringe. Like, I'm sorry, but, you know, she does some good things, but for the most part, like, I don't know. But again, you see these conservatives, like, when they saw that Nancy Pelosi was shitting on them, they went with it. It spread like wildfire in Facebook boomer groups, right? Like, oh, look at these uneducated colored women. Oh, God, how dare they get in Congress? Oh, my God! And it's like, dude, like, what? Like, remember when Rashida Tlaib was advocating to mint the coin, the $1 trillion coin, in order to compensate and have a stimulus package for coronavirus? All the Democrats were like, oh, you pesky little progressive. How dare you advocate for direct cash payments to every American? And now, and then now, the fucking stimulus 2 is like in the fucking hands of the devil, right? Mitch McConnell and fucking Nancy Pelosi are crying and whining, right? Like constantly about it. And it's just like, oh my god, it's cringy. If they would have just done Rashida's plan from the get-go, we probably wouldn't have had mass protests. We probably wouldn't have had that bad of a coronavirus. 100,000 people or so lives, they would have probably been saved. But nope. Sorry. Ain't gonna happen. Either way, this is a little rambly. I like this fucking poll, and I really like triggering conservatives. They get extremely upset, especially if I make a video about one of the squad. Oh yes, good sir, the squad. Like, I don't know, they get upset about it, so you just love to see it. Now again, the general for her district, it is more of a purple district, so that can be definitely more of an issue. But to anyone worrying about the primary, it looks like things are going to be pretty good. And that's why Democrats, I'm sorry, your time is over. Like, AOC was kind of a shock, right, in 2018. The primaries that occurred in New York, right, I'm sorry, it's over for the Democratic establishment. Y'all are losing. 2022. Bitch, I'm gonna run for Congress in 2022. Count on it. I guarantee you. 2022 is going to be good, but goddamn, conservatives are going to be losing and losing and losing. And again, this goes for both Democrat conservatives and Republican conservatives, right? The squad, whatever word you want to use, is only going to grow and grow and grow over the next decade. You may have stopped Bernie. You may have killed an extra few million people in this process, but that doesn't mean you're going to be the winners in the end.